One thing that I'm curious about, so when you're seeing the fact that okay, Mongo has switched licenses, we're waiting around for maybe there's going to be like a fork or an alternative, and no one shows up, and so you're assessing maybe we should be the one to do this. I'm kind of curious. How did you assess like why was there no fork? Why didn't the community kind of shift and land towards another one? Like how are you thinking through that, and what conclusion did you come to that made you land on, well, let's do it ourselves?
So I would not tell you the truth if I would say that we started this whole thing with a full understanding of, what the implications are on users. We had some ideas about it. So for example, we know about the SSPL, the SSPL license, that it prohibits a service provider to provide MongoDB as a service. That means that there is decreased competition on the market, which means that the user is going to have to pay more for the same service compared to if there would be competition providing MongoDB as a service. So we already understood that there are these basic implications tied to the SSPL license, and this is what we use to come up with FerretDB as a solution. Actually, we did not plan with starting a company around it, at least not that early. But when we published our first tech demo around 2021, August, September-ish, it just blew up, and we were all around, Hacker News, and a lot of blogs wrote about MongoDB, as what was called back then. And that's when we started getting hard feedback on what the actual problems our users are facing. So one example here, we were not sure if enterprise companies even care. And the second day we became public on GitHub with our repo, a huge enterprise company, big hardware manufacturer approached us, or hardware and software manufacturer approached us saying, hey, we are the largest users of MongoDB in the world, in our understanding, and we want to get away from this vendor lock-in situation. And that's when we realized that small users, SMBs, and even enterprise companies are affected by SSPL and are affected by the vendor lock-in, and they don't like it. So that's when we decided to actually start the company and renamed it FerretDB to comply with the trademark regulations and all that, right?
The one letter difference wasn't enough?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're too strict, right? But no, actually, yes. So MongoDB was just we ate a lot of mangoes in Pakistan, in the Himalayas. That's why.
Oh, it works on multiple levels.
That was the background story. So it was not just because of MongoDB, but also MongoDB is actually coming from the word humongous, not mango. So there's a very complicated story around naming here.
So can you confirm or deny that really this was all about a spirit vision quest while you were on the mountain, that you all had a vision, like a shared vision from the cold and, deprivation of certain foods?
So, yes, I can confirm. I can confirm that that was actually the case. We just didn't like where this is headed, because having SSPL aside, the big problem is not with MongoDB and the software itself and how it is licensed. The problem is that MongoDB Inc. tried to redefine open source with this move, saying open source is just outdated because we couldn't monetize our software at the level we wanted it to be monetized. And that was what FerretDB was about in the early days, to see if we can challenge this and come up with an alternative as part of the open source community.